'Cause he's back. The man behind the mask. And he's after your soul. He's back. The man behind... What's going on, everybody? Fuck me, it has been a ridiculously long time. Oh my god. Over a year. The Phantom has been MIA for over a year. Fuck. But you know what? I'm back. Boom. Yes. I thought I'd do a little video first before we kind of officially kickstart things here. Before I get started, I do want to say a huge, and I know I come off sounding so sarcastic, it's ridiculous, I know, but I do mean this from the bottom of my heart. A huge thank you to every single person, my 3 fans that watch these videos. No, I always say that, I always joke, I got 7 people watch these videos, that's it. I had no idea how many people actually watched, and then cared beyond that. Like, I could, you see the numbers and you're like, well, you got to take into account most of them are probably just, they check in and see what's going on. And then but I did know, there was a core group of people who watched these videos. I did. I knew that. But when I was gone, the ones who would come back and be like, hey, is everything okay? What you hadn't did a video in fucking ever. And then even then, I was like, thank you very much. And I let them know what was going on. But then for some of them to keep coming back. And that really meant a lot to me. Like, that really touched me right there. I mean, I haven't been touched like that since my time at church camp. I mean, seriously. And, I was going to go through a big list here, and I hate making lists like that because you always leave somebody off, and then I feel more of a douche. But there is one guy out there I do want to kind of thank, and I mean, because this is not only a guy who was constantly kind of, not necessarily just checking up on the show. He was always just kind of seeing how things were, with the man behind the mask, if you will. Didn't mean to make that reference again, but I did. And not necessarily just, me. He's constantly asking, how the Corn Children were doing, and how Misery and Maya, and, the whole Phantom family. He always, he just always kept in touch. And then we got into this discussions in general, 13th Wolfman, my boy, brother, thank you. I mean, you really, I do appreciate, you were there, through this time. And, even though you may not know the gist of everything that went on, the fact that you were just there anyways and kind of, showed your support, I appreciate that. So, a big, thank you. And to everybody else, once again, thank you. And that was what was weird was we would, just as this year or so went on, I was getting random hits on YouTube and even on Facebook. People that I didn't know even, watched, but never, and they could have been new or whatever, but they're just like, where's the Phantom at? And I'm just like, oh shit, really? You watch that shit? I don't even watch that, But no, it meant a lot to me. And so, once again, I know I come off sound like a, douche half the time, but I truly do mean this. Thank you. In fact, one of the main reasons I came back was just that right there. I mean, I guess I do kind of owe, the public, a bit of an explanation as to why this year took a year off, you can say. Initially, and it's funny because there are, and we'll get to this in a little bit, but I did, we filmed a show that was going to air, a year ago or over a year ago. And on that show, I was like, I'm going to take a week off for the holidays, and then we'll be back after that week. What happened was, and as you may or may not know, I didn't have the computer at the time. I was using my uncle's computer, and his computer fucking crashed. So, wasn't a big deal. We're like, we can, wait. But it was shortly after this time, the Phantom family suffered a loss. And I'm not going to go into too much detail. I've never been that guy who's, woe is me, pity me, blah, blah, blah. But we did suffer a loss, and it was very devastating. And I'll be honest with you, the show was just the last thing on my mind. I just did not care to, wasn't worried about it at all. And that kind of went on for a little bit there. I'm not going to lie. I was in this kind of weird headspace, Not really a headspace you want to be in and, come in front of the camera, I know some people can thrive on that. Some people, use that as, whatever. But me personally, I just I don't feel, happy coming up here and just doing, reviews. However, and really, it was probably about, I don't know, midsummer, I guess, when I was like, all right, maybe it's time to get the Phantom back. Me and the crew kind of moved. We've been moving on, and we're like, you know what, we can do this. Let's fucking do this. And that's just when, I don't believe in God, but he clearly took a big shit on me. I'm paraphrasing Carl from Aqua Teen there, but fuck it. No, we literally just had the worst run of luck. Mostly car trouble. Once again, as you can see from the surroundings, I am not a trillionaire or anything. So every time I would get money up to get my own computer, at first I would fix my old computer, and I was like, fuck it, let's just get a new one. It was something or the other. And the car was the major thing. Like, that was just, it was constantly breaking down. And I don't know anybody who's a mechanic. I just don't, And I always try to find, the cheap, shade tree mechanics, because I'm like, they'll fix it for, pretty cheap. And they're disappearing. They are fucking, at least in my area, it's hard to find anybody. And at one point, and this is going to just get boring, you're going to be like, wow, this is just ridiculous. Our dryer broke down. And once again, I'm like, what, that $20 a fix? No, it was like $170 something fucking dollars for a fucking piece like this big. Dude, I was so fucking tore up that day. I'm not gonna lie, one of the worst days of my life right there. That's a little sarcasm on there, in case you didn't catch. Anyway, no, it was just, and so it just seemed like no matter what we did to climb out of this hole, someone just shoveling more shit on there. And so, wintertime, I kind of decided, you know what, when the tax check comes around, fuck it, we got everything kind of caught up now. Knock on some wood. Let's just splurge, and I'll get the computer then, and we'll just fucking move on from there. And that's what I did. I went ahead and boom, bought everything, and then and here we are. And so once again, I don't know what expectations you guys have out there, but it's gonna be business as usual for the most part. We're all still here. Misery. The Corn Children, Maya, the few guests that we have acquired, throughout the 2 years we had prior to that. We'll be revealing a new mask as well. We were actually going to shoot a little commercial, the trailer for the YouTube channel, today, and I don't know what it's like in your area, but the cemetery is completely fucking snowed in right now. I couldn't even, back out my spot. So, and I'm sure where the fuck the others are at, they're probably snowed in as well. So yeah, there's just no way we was gonna get it. But once again, I thought we delayed it long enough, so we're plowing on. So now to kind of say one thing, we are going to be changing formats a bit. During this year we took off, I stayed away from YouTube and Facebook. Well, my alter ego was on Facebook, but the Phantom's Facebook, Trent Ramsey, I didn't fuck around with that at all, hardly. I jump on there every now and then just to clear the notifications off. And I am sorry to everybody out there. I know I was in a lot of different groups. I always, try to keep in touch, but it's just one of those things where I just didn't want to fucking mess with it. And, because who needs to be reminded, I just I don't know, it's just, I cut it off for, a brief time. However, I did the same thing with YouTube. I didn't watch hardly any videos, and I'm planning on trying to get caught up now. However, one thing I did notice as I did start going back on and checking videos out is I always said that when I make my videos, I like to make the videos that I would want to watch, And so that's why my videos were long-winded, because I could sit there and listen to somebody fucking talk for it. If long as it's something I cared about and they could deliver, I could sit there and watch, the 40, 50, minute long videos or whatever. And somehow during this year off, I'm trying to get through some long videos that I normally could, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, wrap it up. And then whenever I dug the camera out and I saw the previous episodes we recorded, the ones that are still kind of in the can that you guys haven't seen yet, I'm watching it. And son of a bitch, it's like we just fucking yammer on. I was getting bored listening to myself. Now I get bored listening to myself anyways. I never rewatch any of these videos. I fucking send them out there to you guys, and that's it. I forget about them right there. But as I was watching, because I wanted to know what we were talking about, because I wanted to. Because once again, I plan on just picking right up where we left off. So whatever question of the week I was asking then, I plan on we'll answer that the next time or whatever. So, anyways, like I said, I had that, I was watching it, and I'm just like, man, these are just so fucking long. And so I was thinking, like, what, how can I fix this? Now, I remember a long time ago, we're going back to, I guess we can call it season 1, the first year, we tried to do a shortened thing. We tried to shoot it all in one day, and it just didn't feel right. I don't know, I didn't like it. Even the couple of people who watched the videos were just like, you know. So I decided what we'll do is, because the show was pretty structured. I mean, it was long-winded, but it definitely had a structure to it. I decided to take each segment and maybe give it its own day, if you will. Because before, what we would do is we would fucking shoot on the weekends, and then we would upload throughout the week. And I was like, you know what, let's basically do that, because now that I got the computer back, I can just upload, here. Let's shoot it, and then we'll upload. So I decided I'm going to try. And if it doesn't look like it's working out or whatever, we'll try to do it, boom. We're going to try to do it once a day, like maybe a video a day, In a way, almost, it's kind of, because I got a lot of fucking shit to talk about. But once again, you guys don't want to sit through, 2 hours of, this me bullshit. So, I decided, you know what, we'll break up the segments. So here's what the schedule looks like. Oh, fucking clipboard's back. Clipboard's back. Mondays I decided we'll go with, that could be the horror movie news segment. We'll do horror movie news on Monday. Tuesday, what better day to bust out a top 3? We'll have top 3 Tuesday. Oh, it's good stuff right there. We got, I didn't wear my contacts today, guys, so I'm blind as a fucking bat. Wednesday will be the comments. We'll do the comments on Wednesday. Just like we did before, we'll bust it out there. Thursday I'll talk about the upcoming horror movies of the weekend. And if there's any movies that I have seen, new releases, we'll kind of touch on that day as well. Now, Friday is my video response day. Now, that is, I know we used to shoot video responses for Ghostface Kid. And then we were doing the question of the weeks for the 13th Wolfman. And, buddy, I'm going back and I'm going to watch every fucking one of those questions of the week. We're going to do one big video. Now it will be a long video, but we're going to get the gang together and we will do the question of the weeks and plow through that right there. So that's coming. That's coming, my man. So that will be Friday. Saturday, of course, to me, I'm like, that's my reviews. So we'll save the double feature, movie reviews for Saturdays right there. And then, of course, Sunday, my lovely girlfriend Maya and Maya's Pretty Little Reviews will be on Sunday. She also will have a new look. In fact, if you guys are friends with her on Facebook, check her out. She's actually posted what her new look is right there. Maya Angel is what her name is on Facebook. And of course, if you're friends with me, you'll see her through there. I think most of you probably already are friends with her anyway. So you want to get a sneak peek, if you will, at her new look, check it out right there. Now, of course, doing this format will basically mean we won't have as many. Well, the Corn Children and Misery may not be involved with every single thing. And I'm okay with that. And I'll tell you why. As much as I love them to death, they don't really contribute much to the reviews per se, and that's not me trash talking because I'll tell them right to their face when I see them. No, we already talked about this, and they're cool with that. I think the main thing they will probably jump in on will be the viewer responses more than anything else, because that's usually one that everybody asks, and questions to them. We may bust them out every now and then for other segments, but for the most part, I think they're gonna be more question of the week, type thing. So yeah, that will be that right there. Now, like I did say, we had 5 actual videos in the can, if you will. Yeah, because I'm such a long-winded motherfucker that the actual episode that has the full episode, it ran for 3 fucking videos. Like the first one went like past that hour mark, and of course, whenever it does that, it goes into the next one. Like it continues on to the next little clip or whatever. So the first video that I will release from this segment will be the I think we reviewed The Birds and Blair Witch Project, I think. But it'll be the whole bulk of it will be our question. We got caught on a Ghostface Kid throughout a bunch of Would You Rathers, and I had an entire group here pretty much. It was me, Natalie, Misery, Maya. I believe Billick was there. Maybe it wasn't the whole crew, but we had 5 of us answering all these questions, and that ate up a lot of time right there. But then, during the second part of this, 3-parter, the camera just mysteriously dies on us. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. So yeah, you're going to see it's going to end abruptly, like, you know. And then, of course, the third part will be us wrapping up whatever it is we're talking. I think we got like we're on the last movie during that part. So yeah, there will be a 3-part of the Movie Fams Horror Review, you know, we'll be releasing. Then the next thing would be the question of the week, whichever one that we left off on. I watched it and I'm already drawing a blank what the fuck it was, but we'll hit that one up. And then the last episode that we shot of My Pretty Little Reviews. And then what I'm going to do is after I upload all these, we're going to just take a little bit of a tiny break. I know you're like, motherfucker, you've been gone for over a year. But just enough time so everybody can watch it and, you know, get, you know, fill it in whatever they want to fill in. Comments, do the, you know, top 3, all that shit. And then we're going to start fresh after that. So I'm thinking March-ish. We'll start March. Because we're already halfway through February, guys. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to be a major wait. But, you know, and then we'll pick up fresh. And hopefully you'll see the new mask, Maya's new look. And, yeah, we're going to, boom, buzz out there. Now, that's not, just so you know, we also got some other things. Because I know for a while that we were doing, like, every time we bought new DVDs. Well, we built up a shitload during that, you know, time off. So we're going to be releasing quite a few of these new DVD, you know, videos or whatever. So, yeah. That's all I got, guys. I am so happy to be back. I'm just, you know, every time, like, that's one thing. Even when I was kind of like, I'm done with the show, whenever I'd watch a really bad horror movie, I'm just like, I want to fucking rant about this. Because last year was not a great year for horror, and I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look like we're starting off with a huge bang this year. But last year was definitely shit. It was just fucking god-awful. I mean, you had a couple good ones, but yeah, we can get to that at our time. But, guys, I'm really happy to be back, so, yes, thank you for your support, and we're going to rock this bitch, alright? So, I've gotten chunkier during my time off, too, just so you guys know, so, alright, I'm out. Later.